Good morning, everyone. We are continuing the words of the Horowitz Chaim, the Sefer HaMitzvos HaKatzar. Our new mitzvah today, Nun Tes 59. Mitzvahs aseh sheyitamei Kohen lekroivim. And there is a positive commandment for a Kohen who normally has to guard his sanctity very much, and he should not do anything that's going to make him tamei, make him ritually impure, for the sake of the mitzvah of bearing the deceased that are closest of kin to him. He is allowed to be metame, to impurify himself to perform that mitzvah. Not only allowed, but we see it's a positive commandment to do such a thing. Shenema, like it says in the verse, Le'ima ula aviv v'livnai ula bita ula achiv, to his mother, to his father, to his son, to his daughter, to his brother, and to his sister who is a besula, who is still a virgin. La yitame, in all of those cases, he has to be metam himself. If they died, he gets involved with the burial and becomes impure. The even though the kohen is not allowed to become tamei, to defile himself for other corpses. However, when it comes to his krovim, to his closest of kin over here, which we just listed, he's obligated to be metame, to impurify himself. And so too to his wife that he is married to. That's an additional obligation that he has, to be metame, to impurify himself. So there are 7 people that are listed over here that the kohen has an obligation to take care of their burial, even though that it means he's going to become tamei. But his brother and his sister, hanudafke me'aviv, that's talking about when they share the same father. He and his brother and his sister share the same father, perhaps a different mother, but as long as their father is the same, that's included in the close of kin that he's going to be obligated to be metame for. Women, however, are not bound by this mitzvah over here to become tamei, to become defiled and unpurified for their kroivim, for their closest of kin. However, they have permission to do such a thing. If they would want to go and be involved in the burial, they are allowed to do that. And women also need to be involved in the mitzvah of avelos, of mourning. There is a mourning process that a person goes through. This itself is the mitzvah of avel, of mourning. Every single Jew has an obligation to mourn over the loss of one of these 7 krovim, one of these 7 closest of kin that we mentioned above. And again, that is mother, father, son, daughter, brother, sister, and wife and spouse. All of those, a person has an obligation if they would pass away, to what we would call to be misable, to mourn over them. The first day of mourning is a Torah obligation. And the rest of the days, the shiva that we will call it, where a person sits 7 days, and the shleishim, the 30-day period that a person observes, the 11-month period of the Kaddish that a person observes, the 12 months, which is the yortzeit, the first yortzeit of the person that we observe. Those are only midrabanan, rabbinical of nature. This is a mitzvah that applies everywhere, all of the time. Eretz Yisrael, America, wherever you might be, and all of the time, which means that these commandments of the Kohen to impurify himself to a corpse, and people to be involved in the laws of Avelis when one of their closest of his 7 kin passes away, is a mitzvah on everyone, all the time, every place that they might be. We should only know simchas be'ezus Hashem.